Christmas Eve is the most magical time for all families around the world. The royal family is no exception. Let's immerse ourselves in the festive atmosphere of Christmas preparations made by the members of the British royal family and discover the most bizarre traditions the monarchs honor to this day. For example, their funny gifts and traditional royal pudding, the original recipe we will share in this video. You will also find out why guests are weighed in the royal family before the holiday. At Christmas, we all make wishes and, like little children, believe in miracles. We hang bright stockings over the fireplace and wait for gifts. The magic is impossible without the main character of this holiday, Santa Claus, a long-awaited guest in every family, especially in the palace. Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip annually greet Santa at their residence in Sandringham. During his lifetime, King Charles III talked with dozens of Santa Clauses at home, when he was still a baby, and at official celebrations.
He reached up and grabbed me by the beard, and he pulled it really hard. And he says, "That's a mighty fine beard you have there, sir. What are you putting fertilizer on it?" And then he says, "Oh, me mom the queen, I tried to grow one once, but me mom the queen, she made me shave it." And I forgot everything I was going to say.
Prince Harry also likes to try on a red hat sometimes, especially if it helps cheer the little wards of the charitable foundations under his patronage.
Have a fantastic Christmas and Happy New Year.
Prince William and Kate Middleton have created their Winter Wonderland for the children. Every year they send letters to Santa and receive gifts from him. Let's not forget about Paddington the teddy bear, the most famous toy in England. The hero of books and cartoons is everyone's favorite and participates in many events. He accompanied the Queen herself during the Christmas celebrations more than once. Before we tell you about the most exciting moments of the royal Christmas celebration, subscribe, give us thumbs up and watch the video until the end. After all, you want to find out who picks the royal Christmas tree and what kind of gifts royals give each other. Where the royal family spends its favorite holiday. For many years, luxurious Windsor Castle was the Christmas residence of the royals. However, since the end of the 20th century, the Windsors relocated to the Sandringham estate in Norfolk. Sandringham was once considered one of the finest palaces in England. Since the 18th century, 3 generations of the British royal family have lived there. It was Sandringham where Elizabeth II made her first televised Christmas message as Queen.
Television has made it possible for many of you to see me in your homes on Christmas Day. My own family often gather round to watch television, as they are at this moment.
6 decades on, the presenter has evolved somewhat, as has the technology she described. Back then, who could have imagined that people would one day be watching this on laptops and mobile phones, as some of you are today?
The palace is the perfect place for active winter recreation for both adults and children of monarchs, as it is located among 20,000 acres of hunting grounds. Queen Elizabeth's famous garden is also here, which plants were used to produce Sandringham celebration gin. Usually, Elizabeth and Prince Philip went to their Christmas residence by public train a few days before the Christmas, and stayed there until early February. The entire staff joined them, as well. For Christmas, the entire royal family gathers there, including senior royals with their spouses and heirs. The royal biographer Richard Kay said,
"Everyone thinks they're having an official party, but really they're just chilling out at Sandringham, playing charades and board games."
Family fun is great, but not a single Christmas is complete without the main spectacle, the tree. Queen Charlotte started the tradition of decorating the Christmas tree at the end of the 18th century, but then it did not take root. Queen Victoria, the great-great-grandmother of Elizabeth II, subsequently reintroduced this custom, and spread throughout the UK. Queen Victoria enjoyed the tradition as a child. The 13-year-old princess wrote in her diary,
"After dinner, we went into the living room next to the dining room. There were 2 large round tables on which stood 2 trees, hung with lights and sugar ornaments. All the gifts lay under these trees."
Prince Albert, the husband of Queen Victoria, put the first Christmas tree at Windsor Castle in 1841. Have you ever wondered what enormous preparations always go into decorating the royal estates for Christmas? The royal Christmas trees are dressed up in Windsor Castle, Buckingham, and Sandringham palaces. Many believe that the Christmas season does not officially begin in England until all the halls of Windsor Castle are fully decorated. Every November, the Royal Collection Trust furnishes the royal residence with garlands, thousands of lights, and the spectacular 20-foot Christmas tree placed in St. George's Hall. Incredible decorations arrive at Buckingham Palace in early December. Each year, a team of experts establishes 3 trees in the marble hall, adorned with glittering royal decorations, including mini velvet crowns and mini carriages similar to those used at Windsor Castle. Sandringham Palace also decorates 2 large Christmas trees each year. One tree is alive, and the second is artificial for the dining room. The Queen always approved the main real tree at Sandringham Palace, and Prince Philip always put the golden star on top of the tree.
On this issue, he is adamant and does not allow others to do this.
Ornaments usually share the same color scheme to make the decorated tree luxurious. The Queen has always paid great attention to charity, giving Christmas trees to Westminster Abbey, St. Paul's Cathedral, and many others. A Christmas tree is also being established at the Windsor Country Estate this year, and the new monarch has already begun preparations for the main holiday of the year. Santa is here, the tree is decorated, and it's time to exchange gifts. What is customary to give in a family that lives in luxury and has everything they want? You will not believe it, but the main requirement for a royal Christmas gift is evoking positive emotions. The present may be the simplest or even ridiculous, but it should surprise and make everyone around laugh. One time, Prince Philip received baubles for fishing and artificial flies for bait at Christmas. Moreover, Elizabeth II got a singing toy hamster. The Queen and everyone around her liked it so much that they laughed all night. The gift then also attracted royal corgis. The dogs even tried to steal it.
Merry Christmas!
Elizabeth II loved to shop for Christmas at London's most famous store, Harrods, considered one of the biggest and most fashionable department stores in the world. Did you know that she was always received after hours so that the most famous woman in Great Britain could choose gifts for her loved ones? The Queen has associated December with pleasant chores, as she bought more than 600 gifts for her family and staff. She even had to allocate a separate budget, because usually, she spent about $40,000 on all the presents. She usually sent porcelain figurines or books to her employees. And the longest and most unique tradition in the family of monarchs was to give royal pudding to people from their entourage every year. It was prepared a month before Christmas. With this sweet gift, Elizabeth II continued the tradition of her father, King George VI, and her grandfather, George V. About 1,500 Christmas puddings, paid for by the Queen from her funds, were distributed annually to staff in the palaces, court post office, and palace police. Each pudding was also accompanied by a greeting card written by the monarch. To feel the spirit of the Christmas fairy tale, you too can cook the royal pudding according to the recipe of Buckingham Palace. You will find the recipe for the Queen Elizabeth's best pudding in the description. Are you interested in looking at the royal Christmas menu? Former royal chef Darren McGrady once shared the Queen's low-key menu. According to him, the Christmas table at Sandringham Palace is always modest. The main dish is a traditional baked turkey, which can be served with baked potatoes or mashed potatoes, roasted chestnuts, Brussels sprouts, and as a dessert, of course, special royal pudding. The royal expert Ingrid Seward shared the favorite drink of Elizabeth II.
I believe that the Queen loves martinis, while others prefer champagne. Prince Philip is not a drinker. He usually prefers pale malt ales.
But despite the simple festive menu, no one remained hungry. To prove that, royals followed a funny old custom when each family member had to be weighed on the antique scales before and after the Christmas dinner. This ritual has become the most unusual tradition of the Windsors. What about royal congratulations? For many years the royal family has been sending holiday cards on Christmas Eve. Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip have always sent more than 800 cards with a family photo, wishes, and their signature. We could adopt sweet traditions for our family because many of us lack that special magic of handwritten letters. One of the most beloved traditions of the British people and fans of the royal family around the world is the annual Christmas address of the reigning monarch. Millions of people on December 25th are looking forward to his Christmas speech. Every Christmas since 1952, Elizabeth II has been addressing her subjects.
I can give you my heart and my devotion to these old islands and to all the peoples of our brotherhood of nations.
At first, it was broadcasted on the radio, and in 1957, Her Majesty made her first holiday appearance on television. The royal Christmas speech is unique every time. It combines brevity, wisdom, and warmth. She thought over the topics for the Christmas speech and participated in the drafting of the text.
Whatever your own experience is this year, wherever and however you are watching, I wish you a peaceful and very happy Christmas.
Portraits of her dearest people always stood next to the Queen during her speech.
For Christmas marks a moment to pause, to reflect and believe in the possibilities of rebirth and renewal.
This is the first year the next reigning monarch will continue the tradition of Christmas greetings. We all should remember that the family is the most valuable thing in life. On Christmas Eve, in this magical time, we can create our own winter fairy tale inspired by the most famous family in the world.